get a chance to chat with some folks here in the studio on Friday. We put this one up for you later on Friday night. Lance Willix is a busy guy. The picture you're looking at, by the way, this was all the way back in 2010 at a Fulton Speedway practice. We got a lot of photos of Lance in our photo archives from all over the years. Can Am, 5th place last year. Plattsburgh, 3rd place. Glen Ridge, 2nd place. Ran the Super Dirt Car Series for 358s. Finished 8th place. The word he used to describe his season there was terrible. So let's head up to Teresa, New York. That's really actually pretty close to where Can Am is, up north of Watertown. Lance Willix turned 50 last summer. He joins us here. I almost said Doug's Dirt Diary. Man, how you doing?
Good, Doug. How are you?
I know we were joking around about that, but back in 2010, man, we were having lots of fun. What were you doing in 2010? Like when we got this picture here, I see you had SUNY Canton on the car and all that. Do you remember much about that year?
That was our rookie year in big blocks.
Oh, no kidding. Okay, how'd it go?
Yeah. That was we finished, I think, 16th in points, and it was Dirt Rookie of the Year for big blocks. So.
Very nice. All right, so we remember that year well then, and for a good reason. Yep. So, okay.
Yep.
Of course, all small blocks nowadays, right?
Yeah, we tried the big block deal, and we were somewhat successful in 2010. I tried to get in 2011, and I said, well, that's enough of that. Either I'm going to go back to small block or I'm going to quit. So we decided to go back to small block.
Okay. And, of course, Lance might be racing here next weekend. Can Am has their big show coming up, their big season opener. Of course, it's a 2-day show as always with 358 Series race highlighting the action on Friday and then the Big Block Series race headlining everything on Saturday. Of course, Pro Stocks are there on Saturday and also the Sportsmen are there on both days. So what do we think? And I'm not asking you for anything in particular, but how does it look up there? What do you think right now? Might we be racing next weekend?
It as of right now, I mean, I drove by the track and it looks like it's drying good. They haven't been on it or anything, but the long range forecast doesn't look good. So I want to get going racing wise, but I'm not getting my hopes up. So
okay. Thunder in the Thousand Islands is the traditional start up there at Can Am, so let's keep our fingers crossed for the 12th and 13th. How do we look? Because you said you had a terrible season on the series, so what have we done this offseason to try to fix some of that?
Well, actually, to tell you the truth, we haven't done anything. We've been so busy and trying to keep our other business going and stuff like that. I haven't even touched anything yet. So.
Oh, really? So they still have last year's play on them and everything?
No, it's still sitting just the way it left for Brockville.
Okay, all right. Well, you said you did pick up a new chassis or a roller, or what did we get?
Yeah, we bought another chassis, another Bicknell car, so we're going to hopefully get that out sometime middle of summer or so.
Mm-hmm. Of course, last year you ran 3 nights a week. That had to be brutal, and I didn't know this, but Plattsburgh Airborne actually moved to Thursdays. So what does that mean for you for your weekly racing?
We're still going to do, of course, Friday night Can Am's. Sunday night will be definitely Glen Ridge. Saturday we're going to leave open. We're gonna go here and we're gonna go there, and you never know where we're going to go. Wherever we feel like driving to is where we're going to race on Saturday.
Okay. And are you going to follow the series again?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
We look forward to that.
Well, that works out sometimes because I know a lot of guys will go there like the week before the series visits XYZ Speedway. And, yeah, they start at the back. They're not in a handicap, but it's a good way to learn, isn't it?
Yeah. It's try to, get the feel of the racetrack and see, what the racetrack does according to what the, that day is or that night is. And it kind of gives you an idea and gets you a few notes for the following week.
Yeah. Now, as far as Can Am, let's start there. Obviously, like we told you about, they're hoping to race this coming weekend, the 12th and 13th. How was Can Am last year?
We were okay. We won a couple races there. We just we're not consistent enough. The 19's got us all covered by who knows how much. So we're trying to play catch up there every week, but we'll just keep plugging away and see what happens.
Okay. How was it out at Glen Ridge? Because I haven't been there in a couple of years now. I've always liked that little quarter-mile track.
Yeah, it's fun racing there. It's guys that you race with are good, and the people that run it are good, and we enjoy going there on Sunday night.
Mm-hmm. Surface was good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I think it was better because the modifieds were there. I knew there was a lot of complaining that it was a one-lane racetrack before we got there the year before, and I think we definitely made the surface better.
Well,
I mean, there was nights where it would eat tires, but, there was nights that it wouldn't touch them. So.
All right, and Can Am, that's friendly on tires, isn't it?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And what he's talking about with modified racing, because I've heard this before too. People say that the modifieds change the track, but what the biggest thing I think they do is, like you said, I think the way you guys go through the corners, you can move a groove up where you might not get that with sportsmen and some other divisions.
Yeah, we're going, quite a bit faster, so we can definitely move the groove up, and that's what we did at Glen Ridge. It was mainly a lot of nights it was dominant around the bottom, but with us, we could move it around and definitely make it into a lane racetrack.
And sprints, of course, slide even more than the mods, so they affect a racetrack. They kind of mess things up a little bit differently, don't they, when they're out there? And I don't mean mess up, but they do make it different, don't they?
They do. It definitely changes the surface on what we run normally on a weekly basis. And their compounds are different, and they're a lot more horsepower and a lot more speed. So definitely, with them guys, the track's been known to take rubber, which is definitely no good. So
yeah,
but it's just some nights it's fine, and then you go someplace where they're at the sprint cars, and it automatically takes rubber in the heat race. So.
Amazing how that works sometimes. That's just real. And of course, temperature can become a factor sometimes too, right? Tends to, like, if it's a colder night, everybody just gravitates to one groove. Next thing you know, you've got rubber, right?
Yeah, I mean it definitely goes on temperature, and if it's a hot day or a cool day or overcast day, or if we've had rain, all that plays into the whole factor. So, and even the classic cars like Can Am with the 602 sprints. They're not as likely to lay the rubber down and say the ESS guys are.
They still look good going around a racetrack, though, don't they?
Oh, yeah, they're just as fast as we are, if not faster. So.
Yeah, it's true. And by the way, if you're going to Glen Ridge this year, Rush late models are new on the card there. So that is something different that's going on. So obviously we need to get out there and work on the car at some point. Where do we start?
Well, I think we're just going to go through everything and, freshen everything and replace bolts that need to be replaced, and just maintenance program. The car's still together, so it's not going to be a big deal. So
okay, good, and hopefully, like we said, we'll have a good week this week, and hopefully we'll be at Can Am next weekend, 12th and 13th. Small blocks. So what we said, a series race highlights the show on on the Friday the 12th, and then of course the big blocks will headline the show on Saturday. Who's helping you out? And I know you want to start with the business right down the road, right?
Yeah, I mean, all of our sponsors, 3C Redemption Company, 03 Motorsports, All-Star, or All-Pro Contracting, Watertown Boxing Club, Dig Race Products, Dale and Brandon, they've been a big help. Got Northshire Construction, Steve Dorr and his construction company, Watertown Eagles Club, the big guy and his bride. There's so many people that doesn't go to the races that help us that if it wasn't for them, we couldn't do it.
Well, good luck with everything. Hopefully, like we said, we'll be at Can Am next weekend. Look for Lance, like we said, running weekly at Can Am in Glen Ridge. And, of course, you'll see him on the 358 series. And some Saturday night, he might just show up at your racetrack, too. So we'll have to see how it goes. Lance, please give Rachel a hug for me, and I can't wait to see you guys again.
Sounds good, Doug. Thank you.
Remember to subscribe, guys. Turn on the notifications. Hit the like. Leave a comment if you'd like. And we'll have more here as the 2024 racing season here in New York State is right around the corner.